girl.
Hi. Oh my gosh, who's this special guest in my picture of yourself?
I gotta say, this office chair is it's serving.
You like?
Yeah, it's serving back pain.
Oh, you don't like?
No, I mean it's helping my back pain.
Oh,
I don't know how to
good.
use
Okay.
serving. I'm not one of those queers that knows how to use it.
I like one of those chairs that's just a convex fur mesh.
Yeah. This is nice. Very early 2000s. They're selling
Uh-huh.
these like crazy desk chairs now. That are like
Tell me about it.
thousands and thousands of dollars, and they're supposed to like fix your entire back. I haven't bought one yet.
And you're like, good luck with that.
Maybe they could be a
Office
sponsor
Max.
of the dish. Office Max.
So sexy. Office Max.
Office Max. What my mom calls Office Space, the movie from the 90s. She's like, "What are you watching? Office Max?" God love her.
Great movie.
Great movie. Has held up.
Yeah, it really has.
I mean, the whole thing about him like being mad that Jennifer Aniston flirts with his boss or talks to his boss and then thinks that he fucked her boss. That's not great. That's misogynistic. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Bill Lumberg.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Queen, how are you?
You know, I'm hanging in there.
All right, I'll take that.
I'm doing a solid okay.
I'll take that
But
honesty.
you know what? I put on a nice denim tunic for you.
You
with
did?
The same quartz I wear every single day.
It is your reliable day-to-day. It's your weekday quartz.
It's a weekday. You know what it is?
You know what I mean?
It's a weekday quartz.
Yeah, we saved the amethyst for the weekend.
Yeah, 5 tips for winter from Cosmo Magazine. Spoiler alert, they're all quartz.
It's just where to get your quartz.
Yeah, GQ Magazine, get quartz.
I love that.
Don't you just... It's a rebrand.
You should actually
We're not supposed to talk about it yet, but...
It's still in focus groups, but I think it's going really well. Anyways,
Yeah.
I am struggling letting go of wearing like mini skirts, and I need to understand my connection to them even in irrationally cold weather.
Well, can I back up though? Like,
yes.
let's go out a level and ask why. Why are we moving away from mini
Well,
skirts?
because it's chilly.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't put that together. I'm like,
Totally fair. I
when
know.
the fashion works, it works.
There was an article that was like, when you're too old for mini skirts, and I was like, burn that shit to the ground. Don't care. I'm 87.
Yeah.
And a high-waisted mini skirt.
You were Katie Heron going, the limit does not exist.
I am in an outfit that actually in grammar school I would be upset about having to wear, and now here we are. So
we're featuring a seasonal plaid tonight.
I feel like this has very Braveheart energy, like with this sash. I just feel like I'm like
You're half painted blue.
Yeah, very William Wallace tonight.
And you're just, was that Mel Gibson?
It surely
You're
was.
just Mel Gibson painted blue.
Yes,
on
less
Tuesday.
anti-Semitic though. We hope.
Yeah.
That would be. It's a tough,
Right.
tough comparison. Brooke, the Mel Gibson of covered dish.
The Mel Gibson of drag. It's not a good look. Oh my
It's
god.
surely not.
I was listening to Alaska and they were like, if you were a car, what car would you be? And Alaska was like,
Ooh.
I'm the Pontiac Bonneville of drag. And I was like,
That's awesome.
My parents had a Pontiac Bonneville.
I don't even know what that. Oh, it's like one of those huge like boat sedans.
Yeah, picture like a land boat with wood paneling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Relatable. It's so relatable.
Did someone say something?
No.
You said it.
I was just laughing at myself, yeah.
I thought someone commented relatable, and I was like, Ruthless Reed. Whoever was like, relatable idiots. Like,
oh my god, girl, speaking of relatable, let's talk about boundaries and consent in relationships. Let's talk about green flags.
oh, yeah. So, first of all,
Yeah.
I didn't know what a green flag was. So, Eileen will start by defining it for us. Because
By the way, I didn't do my homework. I don't have like a citation for you
Well, no,
about this
no.
term. But it's basically like,
hair keeps covering up my face. This is the problem.
Do you need a clip?
Hair curtains.
Hair curtains. I like that.
No, I'm good. Okay.
I really want to get into a barrette someday, but I don't think this is the hairstyle to start.
It would be bold. I think it would be. Where would you put the barrette?
Maybe like a little bumper bang, like a little Betty Page moment for me.
Okay.
But it's just fashion mullet.
Yes, it is. It is fat. You are giving fashion mullet tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it.
I was going for The Hills Are Alive at the Sound of Music.
Oh,
but
I do
purple.
see. Yeah, but how do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you catch a cloud and pin it down?
That song is it's just another ruthless read.
It is the first of many.
Oh my god, I saw this. I forget
movie.
where I saw this, but it was like, yo, the nuns sing that at her wedding, which is so out of line.
Yeah, they're really not looking out for her.
It's such
I think
a
she was
mean
escaping
song.
the convent. I don't think she was running towards
Nazi
something.
schmazzies.
Yeah.
It was the convent. Again,
Running
I don't know
away
about
the
that.
musical.
Nazis are also bad. So just not trying to...
Do you notice how when we get uncomfortable on camera, we veer back towards musicals?
No.
Learning things about ourselves.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, South Pacific.
Let's talk about a show that has held up and withstood the test of the time. The King and I. Wow.
Getting to know you.
The only song where they don't put people in yellow face. And even then, sometimes they still do.
Yeah.
The King and I, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Actually, unrelated topic. One of my gays wants to go see Carousel, and I'm really struggling with old musicals. Like, I'm struggling to sit through them, and that is the topic for next week's dish, because I'm like, I need to leave them behind.
Is it the vocal stylings or the subject matter, or
it's the glorification of domestic violence?
Oh, well, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Literally a line in Carousel after being like, oh yeah, he hit you, and she's like, you ever get hit and it didn't even feel like a thing? Or some weird bullshit like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she loves him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this shit, we gotta cut it. Cut it in post.
Like I Ran Into a Door, the musical.
Yes, that is Carousel. I ran into the door. I
That's
can't.
bad.
Struggling to sit through it. Anyways, we are here to talk about green flag. So what is colloquially, not Oxford Dictionary energy, a green
Urban
flag?
Dictionary energy.
Urban Dictionary energy.
Yeah.
Well, we're suburban.
Yes,
Dictionary.
that's sad. Oh my god, luminaires.
Yo.
That's the kind of definitions you find in suburban. It's just all boring. Waldorf salad. You know what I mean?
Oh, ambrosia salad.
Oh.
Also, anything with mayonnaise and marshmallows.
How did you make it worse?
I
So
always
anyway,
can.
so anyway, green flags. I mean, we all know what red flags are, right? They're
yes.
sort of like superficial signs that just give you a sense that something is wrong and it's not going to get better from
And then
here.
I date them for another 6 months. Yes. I'm
Yeah,
aware.
one might say that we are moths to a flame. I don't know if that's a queer femme experience. I'm not sure if I'm willing to make that bold of a claim. But red flags are challenging because sometimes just because you see them doesn't mean you don't feel gravitated towards them in some way. Like, for instance, I love mansplainers. Really couldn't explain to you why. I think it's fun. I like to just like... I have been at
the bar with you.
I like to soak in the condescension, and then I just like to kind of poke at it.
And I just like...
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
I
No,
think
you
it's fun.
do. You do. I do think there's a kid with an ant farm that you're shaking energy into that. Like, you see some kid, they have
An
an
ant farm full of men.
Yeah, and you're just like...
Just-
But yeah, that's the risk. So like Eileen always looks like a smoke show when we go out, and then she starts talking to somebody, and then you get you can get trapped. And the challenge with that is you are just enjoying the hilariousness of someone telling you things.
And you know, I'm really nice, so sometimes I just like I've gotten
it's messed up in person dish. Which is...
I've gotten to be more of a direct communicator over the years, but I still sometimes I feel like it's impolite to extricate myself, even when it's just a guy who's trying to explain my own lived experience to me.
You know, shouts to my dad, who's not a mansplainer, but shouts to my dad for teaching me some of the best social exits to get out of situations like that. So...
Sounds like a great coffee table book.
He taught us how to leave conversations gracefully by leaving us with the worst relatives we had. So if he was talking to a relative, he'd be like, come over. I'm talking to Uncle Terry. Come on over. And he'd be like, meh, 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 meh. And he'd be like, Terry, you look like you could use another drink. I'm going to go to the bar. And that was the shit that he would do. And then he'd never come back. And he'd never come back with Terry's drink. He'd just leave you there. And you were 10.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I do it all the time now. I'm like, oh, I need another drink.
Wow.
Full drink.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, challenge me?
I do like to push the envelope, though. I wonder if, what red flags I've left, on the field, you know what I mean? Sports references. Rare sports references.
Very rare on the dish. Hot take. Hot take.
But, I wonder what red flags I've left out there that have been memorable for people. Because I don't like to be irresponsible socially.
No.
Even with people I don't know. And, there's a difference between just sort of like, I'm just I'm not here to cause harm. I'm just,
Just here to learn. Just here to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not in good faith. It's like, oh, is that what you think? You know what I mean? It's
yes.
like, it's a little bit of like Midwestern passive aggression, queer femme edition.
I like that. I like that. So what is...
So a green flag.
What is a green... Yeah.
This is the most circuitous
I think we're doing
introduction.
I think we're doing pretty good. We are actually ahead of schedule.
Go watch our previous episodes.
Yeah, we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, sometimes we don't get to the topic till 20 after.
No,
so.
we do not.
We got 8 minutes. But anyway, so green flags are those things that you see at surface value, and usually I think it takes a certain amount of experience with relationships and dating to identify what the green flags are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it takes some being through some red flags to appreciate the green flag. And the green flag is like, oh, that's the thing.
Right.
That makes me feel like, oh yeah, you know? Like, a layer of your armor comes off, you feel a little bit more at ease, you feel like, this person might not need the PowerPoint slide deck that I show everyone when I try to explain, like, what I'm into, or, like, my identity, or whatever. It's just kind of like, oh, you might get it. Like, for me, it's an understanding of, the differences between soft top energy and like hard top energy.
Ooh, niche.
Yeah.
Go on.
So like, I love soft top energy because
I
like someone who is protective, caregiving, sort of like dominant, but in a very responsible way. Like,
yeah.
Hey, did you drink water today? Like that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, give me more of that.
Yes.
As opposed to the possessive, like what I see as the more toxic sides.
Yeah. I could see that.
And there's dom play where you can do that successfully if you've talked about, like, there's
setting
a power
those
play
boundaries,
that's possible if you're like, we're doing this safely. We understand where our boundaries are.
Yeah.
That's just not really my thing. So when people kind of get that, and you don't have to kind of teach them how to, like, the responsible top energy.
Right.
That is like, it's very refreshing and it's very sensual.
I get that. And I feel like even the way you moved through the description of like, it wasn't like, oh, that's a turn on. It's like, oh, that lets me be more of me.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I think the green flags are deeper sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like red flags, like, oh, he lives with his mom. You know what I mean?
She
or
doesn't like onions.
Right. Oh my God. Like, think back to what attracted you to people in your 20s, and you were like, we both like music and movies. And you're like, fucking what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's more like we were talking about, like, what is their attachment style, and what are the things, and how is their trauma showing up, and
what's their moon sign?
Girl.
I can't.
Is for another dish.
No, I can't do that. That is not me, and I am a full witch.
Really?
But I just, the whole, like, the romantic compatibility based on astrology, I can't with that.
Oh, people love it. People love it so much.
I really don't get it.
People love it in Miami. Don't tell Miami that Eileen said that.
Get in the chat.
You'll never get booked again in Miami.
Because I'm curious about that experience.
Oh,
it's not mine.
But I think it's more just a reflection, right, of what people, like, it fits, right? I've dated one Taurus. Right? Mm-hmm. That one Taurus is the only person I've ever had to file a restraining order against.
Oh, no.
But then I could say, well, I can't do Tauruses. Right? And it's like, can I do Tauruses, or are they just an asshole?
At the very least, maybe now that's like a subconscious beneath the surface red flag.
Yes, and maybe something,
like,
a bias or something that I'm bringing in.
Yeah.
That I don't even realize. But I like your definition of green flags is like a little deeper.
Yeah.
Than red flags. Because I think red flags kind of happen in the beginning. And then also it's in the... Red flags are in the eye of, like, it's all Monday morning quarterbacking. Butch as fuck! Well, yes!
You went too far into sports.
Oh, too far?
Now.
Monday morning quarterback. So they quarterback on the weekend. So this is after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing great. So, like, you're
Is
doing
there
great.
a goalpost?
No, there's nothing on Monday. So it's like, it's like Monday morning quarterbacking is like looking back and being like, oh, I should have done that. Right?
Oh, okay.
So you're doing great.
Like, it's out of your control at this point. Yeah, post-mortem.
So, like, post-mortem, right? After the death of a relationship, you look back and you're like, this is a red flag, and this is a red flag, and this is the right thing. And it's like, is it? Or did the relationship not work out?
Yeah.
And now you're digging and looking and, like, swirling about. looking for acorns, and those acorns are red flags or reasons why you didn't work out.
Oh, I see. So you want confirmation to like relieve yourself of some of the
whatever
ifs.
it is, the guilt, the shame,
guilt, right.
whatever the thing. Like if you were like, well, I cheated, so we wasn't gonna work out anyway, blah, 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 or whatever the thing is, right? And I think like understanding that green flags are also in the eye of the beholder, and that those kind of shift and change as you grow.
Yeah.
Right? Because something that could be really frustrating in the beginning of a relationship, not a red flag necessarily, but something that frustrates you, could be something that could really help you let go and help you open up, but it's because it's something new to you. You know, one of my exes always talked about puzzle pieces of trauma, and I loved that. And what happened is our puzzle pieces of trauma fit together really well. Oh, look at my turkey burn. Merry Thanksgiving.
Oh, girl, we've all got a Thanksgiving scar.
Oh my God,
mine's pretty faded, but
and mine's just all emotional. And
those oven frames will get you.
And, you know, as we grew, our puzzle pieces stopped fitting. And it was like, oh my God, like our trauma, we are getting better.
Yeah, yeah.
And the gift of breaking up or divorcing was that it was like we were both growing, just in monumentally different ways and different directions, but then the puzzle pieces of trauma didn't fit together anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So the way our trauma manifested and where our attachment styles didn't match anymore. It didn't comfort each other, even if it was dysfunctional.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't necessarily like the term trauma bonding because I think there's a stigma attached to it.
I don't know that term well enough to use it comfortably.
Yeah.
But I hear it.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Rather than using that term, I will say bonding around a shared experience of trauma, which is probably the same thing. But
is trauma bonding bad? Are we not allowed to do it?
That's the thing, is I think
that's the human condition.
I think it has a negative connotation, which is like we have become codependent on one another as the source of the relief of our trauma. And that's not necessarily a reasonable expectation, right? Like you have to be able to cope with that on your own.
That's fair.
But over time, if you both develop like ways of dealing with it, you might drift apart because you don't have it as much of a shared experience around that trauma anymore. What's a green flag of yours?
Oh man. Let me tell you what.
Plaid.
Just plaid. Mini skirts.
A nice tartan weave.
You know, okay, so when I first started dating someone, I go through, like, I get defiant about my independence. Always. And I remember I was having a conversation with my partner now, and it was early on, and I was just, we were at Two Truths.
Rip.
And I was like, just so you know, and this is a bourbon, like, and I'm just like just spilling.
Just
and
so
I'm like,
you know.
just so you know, I can have it all. Like, I can do it all. Like, I can be everything to everyone. Like, big, I'm every woman energy, not sustainable, also untrue. But, like, I think,
oh my gosh,
I need a partner who respects my independence at a depth that is entirely hypocritical. Like,
you're ready to
I'm not. Right? Like, I mean, it's just fundamentally, I'm a human in a relationship, so I'm not.
Oh my gosh, you were ready to be the one before you meet the one.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm just like singing Rent lyrics, like, you better love yourself. Like, just fucking terrible.
You're not gonna pay.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, I hate that musical.
Oh, it's just the worst. And also, they should have paid him.
I saw a whole line of merch, like, just flash before my eyes when, like, there's a series of shirts and one of them says, just so you know. And another one says, actually.
Yes.
It's just like, oh my God. And it's got like, it's like Spice Girls third wave feminism energy.
Yes, totally. Those like really tight parachute pants at the butt that then they flare all the way out in a baby doll tee.
Yeah. Maybe with a marabou trim and a spaghetti strap.
Obviously, a spaghetti strap.
Obviously.
What are we fucking doing?
And pigtails.
And
pigtails in your 30.
Maroon bra showing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your 30 pigtails, choker that says baby.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Choker that says choke me.
Oh, oof.
Yills. Anyways, so unrelated. Now we're
I thought we were going to talk about green flags.
Yes. Anyways, no, but like I think for me, like a green flag is someone who respects to that point the possessiveness and the things like that, and I think that's really. I'm glad you brought that up because around tops, and queer folks have this, speaking of trauma bond, the whole fucking queer community is trauma bonded. So, I tell you, like, we're all like, oh my God, do your family hate you too? Like, this is literally what brings us together.
Yeah.
Now, that's not what keeps us together in friendships and relationships and romances,
right.
but it pulls us together.
But you, all I'm saying is you meet a lot of your former exes out at the bar. Because you can't help it.
Girl, speaking of, I don't know if I'm ready for this week.
Because we are family. Oh, don't get me started on that. I'm going to sidestep that conversation and talk about, shoot. It was right there, and then you had to go and mention what I can only assume was Ohio politics, and I don't know if I have the strength for it.
No, nobody does.
No.
Not today, Satan. Literally Satan.
Oh, I was going to tell you another one of my green flags.
Yes.
So another one of my green flags is when people want to schedule a date. I love it because I'm busy.
Yeah.
So what I don't,
oh my God, yeah.
What I don't like, and I know people are different, okay? So I'm not trying to say that this is immediately like, oh my God, it's never going to work with you. This is not a deal breaker.
Right.
But there are people who are more spontaneous planners. And then if I'm talking to a guy and he's like, let's look at our schedule in 2 weeks. Do you have any free time? I'm like,
yeah, that's nice. I like that.
You schedule ahead.
Yeah.
I love that.
Another green flag communication wise for me is like I get really pulled into my life and everything I'm doing, and I consider myself a pretty present person, unless I'm like very crystal clear and I'm like, hey, this is what's on my mind and this is what's going to pull me away from this moment, and I'm going to tell you. Like, I'm not here right now 50% of the time, or whatever the thing is. Like, I try to be self-aware about that, and also share with my partner. Like, hey, this is what's distracting me right now, and like, if you see me, this is what's going on. But I love someone who, just in any relationship, doesn't hold me to a timeline on response. And that's really important because we are adults. And I still hold myself to a really high standard. But one of the things I love about you and a couple of my other friendships is, like, if I don't respond for a week and a half, you don't text with something shitty. You don't text with, like, anything. Or you may send a follow-up with the exact same message to be like, what's up, girl? Like, you good? Like,
oh
you
my
know
God.
what I mean?
Big corporate energy. Circling back.
Yes.
Colon.
Big time.
The same message.
For my last text message.
Exactly.
You just resend it. Like,
oh my God.
Screenshot it and resend it. But
that's so funny.
But it's true. I've caught myself, especially early on. And here's the thing. I don't know how modern dating works necessarily. I'm like, oh, so sorry.
If you do, get in the chat, because I sure
well, I don't even
like
apps and stuff. Like, I'm so bad at it. I don't do apps because I know my personality and I am obsessive, and I'll lose my life. So I'll lose my time, lose my whole. I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing out on anything either. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like superhero film adaptations. Like, I think the whole app thing is done, and we need to find something else.
Ooh,
I don't know what it is yet.
What is it?
But
Get
I think
in the chat. What is it?
Played out. It might be handwritten letters of correspondence.
Ooh, I love that.
Like, I'll send you a carrier pigeon.
I love a carrier pigeon.
So do I.
This is why we're friends.
Match made in heaven.
Girl, me too.
I wish we had, like, effects on Streamlabs where we could have, like, a little heart border and one of those TikTok, like, wow sound effects. You know what I mean?
We can cut it in post. We can change it in post. We can add it in post.
We'll talk to our technical team.
Honestly, the technical team has really come through lately.
Yeah, I mean, they're stretched thin, but they're small but mighty.
Yeah, it was a rough patch in Q2. We were going to let them go. Just fuck with you. You're like, what?
I'm glad that we can relate to these jokes if no one else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your dad can.
Oh, Charlotte's back on this week. Hi, Charlotte. Charlotte is also team carrier pigeons, but
I would love to see Charlotte draw a carrier pigeon.
I would too.
She'd be a cute little chubby carrier pigeon with like a little note
that says cover dish on it.
Ah!
Charlotte, will you draw us a carrier pigeon?
No, it's just a conversation with renowned artist Charlotte Bellin.
Yes, it's just a conversation. Conversations with Charlotte.
Oh, that would be great.
That's one of our segments.
I feel like that it's happening right now. I just
you made our night.
Oh, I know. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
This is actually what we can end the show now. Like the whole series.
Oh, we're done. You all can leave. Tonight? Oh my God! Wow, Charlotte, you're spoiling
like,
us.
Sketch paper. No, just stop it! Don't stop.
A sketch just flies into our face. Yeah.
Wait, that's the wrong pigeon noise. Oh my God. God. So we had, at my house in Florida, we had turtle doves nesting.
What do turtle doves sound like?
They're the pigeon. They're like a pigeon.
Oh, they coo like that?
Every morning, every night. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, you know what? I want to check out this nest, but I want to be considerate, right? Because they want to. Girl.
What?
3 pigeons. 3 pigeons, 1 nest.
It
was a polyamorous group of pigeons living in my backyard. I'm not fucking joking.
3 pigeons, 1 nest sounds like some kind of illicit video
no,
on the early internet.
Like
That's
eBay.
so funny.
Like, what was it?
Well, I was thinking
Homestar Runner. I know, but I'm trying to clean it up.
Thank you. Before I completely
salad fingers.
Before I get us demonetized.
Yes, oh my God.
Favorite running gag.
There goes the Shakti.
Yeah,
there goes the chair store I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you know that pigeons are called rock doves?
No.
And they're feral. They're all feral.
What do you mean feral?
Like,
oh my God.
they have no. This is my understanding. Charlotte, please get in the chat and correct me if I'm wrong. We have an expert on the dish tonight, but pigeons don't actually have like a natural habitat. They've been permanently ruined by industrialization. Like they have a symbiotic relationship with urban environments where people give them like bags of Lay's chips.
Oh my God, that's so depressing.
Isn't it?
That is really depressing.
Yeah.
What was their habitat?
Oh, I don't know. I think so. I don't know like what their ancestry consists of, but I think there was like a predecessor. It's true. Thank you, Charlotte.
It's fucking true.
She knows birds.
They're like the best. My girl knows birds.
I'll take whatever credit I can
Speaking
get.
of green flags.
She knows birds.
I love a woman who knows her birds.
She knows about birds. She wears denim. She knows birds.
Yeah, so it was like this really beautiful situation, and like 2 would be in the nest and 1 would be on guard.
We're still on birds.
Oh my God, there's a pigeon book. All right, we're unofficial sponsor, Rosemary Moscow. Sounds like a made-up name. If I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a great pen name.
This is now you're just
Rosemary
antagonizing
Moscow?
the very
No, I'm
small
not
but real audience.
But it just sounds like a great pen name. You know what I mean? Like Mark Twain. Like, I don't know. Okay, must be a real name. Anyways, too deep. So yeah, red flags.
Yeah.
How do we get to pigeons? Oh, historic correspondence. Yes, carrier pigeons. So.
Yeah, dating.
Yes. Oh, yes. So here's my problem with all the apps is they all like are like, all right, well you haven't signed on in 24 hours, so we delete everything. And like they're just super fucking dramatic, and I'm like, no, like that's not, and because it's all monetized. They want the ads, they want this, they want that.
Yeah, and I think they want to. It's like an extension of. I hate to say it because it sounds a little cliche. It's an extension of capitalism, and they want They want you to keep swiping. They want you to get that micro experience where you're still just dissatisfied enough that you're not going to uninstall the app.
Right.
But you get like the little. It's like gamified. It's
absolutely gamified. Yeah, and I don't really translate well in those environments, anyways. So.
Oh, I'm gonna win.
Exactly. That's exactly the problem.
I'm
like,
so
I'm gonna have
unhealthy.
all the suitors.
I'm gonna collect the points.
Right. Like
for nobody. Like it doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not healthy for me.
It's kind of like
all.
I became a local guide with Google because they get you real quick. If you fill out one review with Google and they start sending you all of these like notifications, it's like you're popular. Your reviews have over 600 views. And then because I have Google Photos and I have Google Location Services, they're like, do you want to tag this photo at Emmett's Cafe?
I bet you do.
Why don't you write a review? You could get 700 likes. Yeah, it's that. It's that. It's this like Faustian devil character going,
yes.
You want more points?
Yes,
points? And you're like, what do the points get me? And they're like,
nothing. Fucking nothing.
They give us free data. You're doing work for us for free.
For free. So I was in Kingston, Jamaica. And we were at this bougie ass hotel. It was supposed to be the best hotel in Jamaica. It was the AC Marriott in Kingston, so don't go there. Anyways, here's why. No. Great hotel, bougie.
You anticipated my question.
Like literally, like we walked into dinner and like every like Grammy winner of best reggae album for the last 5 years was like having dinner. Like it's a bougie ass place. It was lovely. It was great.
Yeah.
And if you can name the last 5 years of Grammy winners for a reggae album, like we should hang out. But
and also let us know how you found Cover Dish.
Because that's a niche that unless it's my wife. And then that doesn't count. We sit down and whatever, and we have the worst service ever. And this place is supposed to be like amazing, but this server is young. He's a baby, and I am just like in love with this experience. And I am a classic millennial. I overtip. I'm just like everyone gets 5 stars. We're in late stage capitalism. Everyone gets 5 stars. I'm not trying to be an asshole. So
I would rather. Like, I don't know what I would rather do than give any kind of criticism.
Oh, I know.
How was everything?
Like
it's great.
Worker,
I love it.
No,
you know,
like for what? $3.35 an hour? Fuck off. So he gets to the end of the meal, and this little crumb has the audacity to ask for a Google review. And he's like, "Can you please? Like, we're doing a contest and blah blah blah, and I could win a TV." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it."
Google review for him specifically?
For him and with his name in it.
I didn't even know you could do that.
And he was so bad. But I was so touched. You know what I mean?
Touched by what?
By his youth and naivete. That he thought he's asking people who he should not be asking. I gave him such a rave review. Google review also asked me to start, and I thought it was because it was so good. And in retrospect, it wasn't. Well, it was really good. Definitely got him a free TV.
They'll take anyone who'll give them photos. It's just the free data.
Awesome.
But
I got him a free TV, so that was something.
But he did get the free TV.
He got the free TV. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going back to that hotel.
We did good. Well, I didn't do good. Brooke did good today.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
I'm ready.
And this is we got a few minutes left.
No, we got a few minutes left.
We might go over a little bit. What do you think? And I have feelings about this, but I want to hear your feelings.
I can't put my arm up like I do at my chair at home, so it's just really high.
I want to give like a hang 10, which is like... That's the thumbnail.
I'm like a chunky Avril Lavigne.
I love that.
I know, I do too.
I love that. You just need a decomposition book with like, highlighter drawn all over it.
Yo.
So my thought is like, what do you think is the ratio between red flags to green flags? Generally speaking.
In what?
Like, dating apps, conversations, just generally, like, what do you think the ratio?
I think humans are all red flags. I think we're just a pile of red flags, and I think you have to dive in like a golden retriever on a beautiful fall day into like a pile of red flags like autumn leaves.
To find the one green flag, right?
Well, I think that...
Because that's how I feel.
You know how white people mess everything up?
Yeah. Yes.
There was this like great... Someone took the phrase like "get the bag," like which is like a black phrase, like get your money.
Yeah.
Like get that bag.
Secure the bag. Yeah.
Secure the bag, and someone like some white person posted like "be the bag you wish to see in the world," or some bullshit, and I was like, "This is so like this."
How did you eat, pray, love?
Yeah, you eat, pray. You put it on a pillow and sell it at TJ Maxx. Like, "Be the bag you wish to see in the world," and I just like died laughing.
Yeah, you actually ruined it.
Yes, but I will say you have to. A lot of the red flags you think are red flags may be green. Because of stuff you need to work on for yourself.
Oh,
so I think the ratio is skewed.
I don't like that. I'm going to need to take that back and think about that. I really don't like that, Brooke.
It's not great.
I don't like it because I think it's true.
Yeah, no. It's a ruthless read of everyone. Well, how about you? All right, ratio to green flags to red flags.
So let's use Tinder as an example, right?
Oh, let's.
That fish photo... Which is now a meme, but it doesn't stop guys from doing it.
Really?
There's so many fish on Tinder. And it's like,
One would say plenty of fish on Tinder? I was right there. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I don't even know how to recover from that.
I'm just saying. Anyways.
I was on that site too back in the day. But
you were?
Yeah.
I was on OkCupid, the website.
Yeah.
I think they have an app now.
Plenty of Fish was my first foray into straight dating, and then I found out it was even worse than gay dating. There are so many fish photos, which like, it's gonna take a lot for you men with fish photos to convince me that there are redeeming qualities beyond that fish photo, because I know it's prejudicial. I really do.
Oh yeah, being aware of your bias is step one.
But there's something wrong with that. Like, I'm gonna put this on my dating profile. And if, like, what? I'm going to provide for you? I can catch fish for you? I don't know what it is. It's butch, so it has that going for it.
And you do like a top.
I do. I love a tractor salesman.
Oh, my God. Yes, she does. I would take...
We'll tell that story another time.
Yeah, we got to say that. We got to do that another time. I would take the photo and switch the man with the fish. Has anyone done that? To have a fish holding a little man?
No, but I love that.
I would get all the babes.
Yeah,
if I was
would.
a straight
You
cis
would.
white, well, I am white. If I was a straight cis man, I would get all the babes. Don't even worry about it. You're lucky I didn't transition.
Yeah. Well, I will say, along with that, a green flag for me.
What is it? This?
We don't know what we're doing. We're I learned recently this is called Hang 10. Did you know
did
that?
not know that?
No.
Hang 10, baby. Yeah.
I thought this was Call Me.
How blondie of you. It was blondie, right?
I don't know.
Okay. You know, sometimes you think you know somebody.
We've got a lot to come back to.
We do. And next week
And
is...
you've got a lot to come back to next week on Covered
Next
Dish.
week is we're just talking about old musicals and all the racist tropes. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Please tune in, Charlotte.
We're going to start with West Side Story. And then if we have time, we're going to go to Music Man.
Oh, problematic as fuck. Yes, love it.
Yeah.
Feminist themes in musicals from the 1950s. Next week on The Dish. Thank you for tuning in. For those who are tuning in now, Charlotte, and those who are tuning in later.
Joseph and my dad.
Joseph and your dad. And my mom has the link now, too. Hi,
yes.
Mom.
Hi, Kath. We love you.
Oh, it's fun
It gets
to do
easier. It gets easier.
It does not get better. Thank you all.
All right, we love you. We'll see you next time.